What's up, gamers? My name is Patty Fatty Cake, and today I want to talk to you about the prayer skill. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am taking like an hour off of my Road to Max series here to make this quick video because I was observing some bad behavior in my clan chat. And from time to time, I do want to make some like quick tips and tricks type of videos. I didn't really have like a whole 5 or a 10 to make like a listicle type of thing, but I did want to focus on one that I've been seeing over and over and over and over and over again. It's been a pitfall for a lot of new players, and I think that this would help a lot of you out. If you can't tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about the Gilded Altar. The Gilded Altar is super outdated. If you've never done this method, basically, you go to World 330 Remington, there's going to be a bunch of scammers, and these guys aren't total scammers, but like kind of seedier characters that are hosting their houses for you to use your bones at. They'll keep both of the burners lit sometimes, and you use your dragon bones on the altar. You leave, you unnote them at this dude Files, who's in a house down the road, and then you come back and use your bones all over again. Rinse, repeat, hours on end. The experience itself, all things considered, is good. You're probably going to get like 300k an hour more if you're one-ticking them, but if you're the type of person who uses these Gilded Altars, you're probably not one-ticking them. What's so bad about that, you might say? And there's nothing so bad about that, except that the alternative is twice as good. It's more than twice as good, but just surface level, it's twice as good, and we'll get into why it's even more than twice as good in just a minute. Here's a quick little graphic to show you why they're twice as good. The Gilded Altar is going to give you a bonus on your Dragon Bones of 350%. This means that it will give you 350% of the base experience that burying a Dragon Bone will give you. This is fantastic. It is a ton more experience than burying the bone. Very good. Chaos Altar, on the other hand, is going to give you a 700% per bone, which is twice as much as 350%. So this doesn't work exactly in the same way where it's just an increase on the base. The base increase is actually the same as the Gilded Altar. However, the Chaos Altar gives you a 50% chance to save that bone and not use it when you are using it on the Chaos Altar. This also works on a bone that has already been saved. So sometimes when you're using the Chaos Altar, especially if you're going like all the way to 99 here, which you should, you're going to save the same bone like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a row, and it just chains along. Somebody way smarter than me did the math and put it on the wiki, or they just put some random number on the wiki. But I trust those folks. Those folks are generally trustable over there, and they mathed this out to be about 700% increase of the base experience that you would get from burying a bone. I did want to back up my claim earlier that it was more than twice as good. Yes, this EXP rate, just the 700%, is twice as good as the Gilded Altar. However, unnoting your bones at the Chaos Altar is much faster than unnoting your bones at the Gilded Altar. You don't have to mess with different menus, going in and out of houses, from the altar to the house portal, from the house portal to files. You just go to this monk that's just barely outside of the Chaos Altar. You can even just use your noted bones on him from the altar. It'll just drag you to him, and then you just use your bone right back on the altar, and there you go. It is way closer. It is super fast. So the banking experience, banking in air quotes here, the unnoting experience is much faster than the Gilded Altar, making this it's like an unrealistic way to calculate it out, but it is more than twice as good as the Gilded Altar. Hey, thank you so much for watching this far into the video. If you are enjoying the content, or you want to check out some of my other content, please subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. With your help, I think I can do it. I love you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I know what you're thinking. Pkers. So the Chaos Altar is in the deep wilderness. There are a lot of people who PK there, especially with loot keys now. Loot keys have made it more of a hotspot with people being able to stack up 5 bone runners inventories worth of bones, but there's a few ways that you can deal with this to minimize it. And remember that this is twice the amount of experience per bone as a Gilded Altar, so even if you die for 1 less bone than half of all of your bones, you are still in the green. So realistically, you're not going to die for half of these, so it does not make sense to use the Gilded Altar, even if you're so bad that you're planking constantly there. So my first tip for dealing with Pkers is to not have any bones on you when they get to you. This is going to be done by 1 ticking the bones. It's going to give you a much better experience rate, which is fantastic. You're going to be spending less time at the altar altogether. However, we're focusing on having less exposure time on this individual trip, which means there's less time for Pkers to log in on you, and if they are on you, you'll be able to get rid of more bones before they kill you. So it's a win-win-win type of situation. What you're going to want to do is go into your rune light settings here. You're going to want to look at search for the menu entry swapper plugin. You should pin this bad boy. You're going to be using it quite a bit once you have this figured out. I promise you, it is fantastic. Turn that bad boy on, and we're going to click on the little gear icon here. There's a lot of different things. Go through those at your leisure if you haven't already, but the one that we're going to be looking for is in the item swaps. You're going to want to click on bury. What this does, it turns your left click function on a bone to use instead of bury, which will allow you to use the bone on the altar very quickly instead of burying the bone when you click on it. So there's 2 main methods to doing prayer up at the Chaos Altar. The first one is going to be single inventory runs, where we are just filling our inventory with bones on the intent to die that run, and then bank and go back up. The second one is going to be noted. I will show you that in the next part of this video. For the single inventory run, you're still going to want to dress up in some tank gear in case a PKer gets on you. This is going to allow you a little bit more time to get rid of your bones before they kill you. Honestly, with this setup, you should be able to get rid of all of your bones, or at least most of your bones if you get really lucky on those rerolls, before they're able to kill you, unless you get a team of like 30 Venezuelans on you. You are going to want to 4 item this, or have 4 core items that you are risking. You are going to be dying every run, so you don't want to be dying and losing really anything, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of these runs over and over and over again. So even though these are pretty cheap, I think they are great options that everybody can afford. You might not be able to afford the Din's Bulwark, especially if you're very new. If you cannot, substitute this out with a shield of choice, whatever is the best that you can afford. Or if you do have another piece of armor, no matter what slot it is, that gives you really good defense bonuses, wear that. We're just looking for 3 primary items that give you the largest defense bonuses, both mage, range, and melee, that you can afford. And once again, this is to give you more sustainability while you are at the altar during each and every one of these runs. Your 4th item is going to be your Burning Amulet. You're going to need this to get to the altar, and it's going to get very pricey if you're losing one of these every single run, so make that one of your 4 items. Incredibly simple. We have our 4 items here. The rest of our inventory is just our bones, and we are ready to head back up there. Right click your Burning Amulet, and we are going to want to go to Lava Maze, click 1, and we are on up there. Take a quick look around, make sure there's no white dots. If you're really concerned, you can hover your logout button, and then we are running this way to get to the Chaos Altar. Once you are here, I recommend putting on Protect from Magic. You're going to want your Protect from item, and then Augury. Augury is going to give you both defense and magic defense, which is the best that you can get from any prayer, since it does protect against magic and range and melee, whereas all the other ones don't also give you the magic. If you do not have Augury unlocked for some strange reason, if you're not there yet, just use your best defensive prayers that you do have. So for this, you're going to want to get your inventory as close to the altar as possible. For the sake of this video and the aspect ratio, I can't get it as close as I want, but you can get it right on top of there if you're not filming things. And all you do is you, with your menu entry swapper, you click on the bone, click on altar, and then just back and forth. Since you can use a bone, alternate between different bones, and you will be able to go as fast as you can click. Once you're dead, you have two options. Either you can come here to the Wyman's Zamorak and just spam this bad boy. It takes a little bit to die. I think this still might be faster. Some people do swear by running over to the Chaos Fanatic. In my world, I have a guy who's killing it, so that's not an option to me. But that is another option. Just spamming this one to Zamorak is fine, or better yet, if you did sustain a PKer, get them to send you right back to Lumbee. You get to spam your clan chat with a little death message, and they get nothing from you.
Completed.
Quick little tip while I am gearing up for the next section of this video, make sure that you watch your prayer there, or you will run out of prayer like I did and lose your burning amulet. And you don't want to keep on learning that. Losing that, obviously losing one, not a big deal, but if you're losing one every single run, no bueno. We're trying to save money here. That's kind of the whole point. Okay, next up, we got the Noted Bone method. This is going to give you the best experience rates in the game. Hands down, this is what you should be doing, especially if you are a higher combat level, which means you can tank most of the people. Mid-low combat levels, a little bit riskier since you can get a bunch of higher levels jumping in on you on a team, and it's going to be harder to outlast them. So use at your own risk, but this is my preferred method to get the best experience rates. Same concept as before, you are going to be able to keep 4 items, your main 3, plus protect from item. So you're going to want 3 really tanky items for that. My recommendation for your head slot is the Serp Helm. The reason for this is that it makes you immune to poison and venom. Getting venomed while trying to outlast a TB or running down to get to your teleport zone on the 30 line sucks. Venom is extremely strong. It is going to wipe out your supplies if you are venomed. Serp Helm, fantastic. Bulwark, tankiest item in the entire game. You should definitely have that as one of yours. I recommend just some standard Barrows tank legs. They're all pretty cheap at this point of the game, so and just like the cost to defense ratio you get on those is fantastic. Just grab some Barrows leggies, and then the Suffering RI is fantastic. It's insanely tanky, and it acts as a recoil, so you hit that PKer back a little bit, which is nice. Use down their supplies a little bit, and yeah, what's not to like about that? You can use a Rada's Blessing. They're free. You can get unlimited of those, and the Rada's Blessing 2 gives you a 2 prayer bonus. Glory is to teleport and save an inventory spot, so we're going to want to use the Glory. Snakeskin Boots are basically free and give you some bonuses, and then the Barrows Gloves are unmatched for their cost to reward ratio for tanking gloves. Here is my recommended inventory. You can change it as you see fit. But we're thinking about pack yakking brews. The whole idea of this one is not dying, especially if you're bringing like 500 plus bones at a time. Try not to die, right? Usually, personally, I would be too focused on doing my bones to see the PKer, so it's all about living through the encounter. Most of them, when they see you looking like this, they're not even going to try. They're not even going to bother. They're going to know that you're super tanky and that they don't have enough people to take you out before you just casually walk down and teleport out. But you will get some larger teams, and those are the problems, and this should help you deal with it. Just for this basic setup, I got 7 brews, 3 restores, 1 stamina, our noted bones, a cash stack to unnote them, and then our burning amulet. And I will show you how we do this. So we're heading up to the lava maze, and I will see you at the altar. So same thing as before, magic item, and we're gonna be doing augury. This dude might get on me, I'm not really sure. I'm just going to hop worlds. We'll be zooming in and using our notes on here as quick as possible. When you run out of bones, well, throughout this whole experience, remember to keep your prayer popped up, but use your bones on this guy, the Elder Chaos Druid, right outside the wall here. It should suck you over to him. You're just going to click your 3 on your number keys, and it's going to do all of your bones straight into your inventory, and then go right back at it, rinse and repeat. This is also why you brought the stamina pot. You are going to slowly run out of run energy while doing this, so the stamina is going to keep you running, and it will help you get away from PKers. As far as dealing with Pkers, when they get on you, the most important thing is getting out of the Chaos Temple itself. Very important. If you get frozen in here, you are in deep shit because they can log their team in on you. But once you get outside, you can notice that the little multi symbol has dropped off. We are no longer in multi and it is singles, and in this setup you're basically going to outlast almost every single speaker unless they are very good at the game. You can always use the door to your advantage, trap them on the outside and all of that. And once you're done, or once a PK is on you, what you're going to want to do is run down here just straight south. You're not going to go into multi at any point. You are good and safe. Once you get into the graveyard here, you are going to be past 30 and you can teleport out with your Amulet of Glory. You have made it. You are maxing out your prayer experience. You are saving half as much money as the clown using that Gilded Altar. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Tons of love, and I will see you next time.